Yo peeps, what's up? Spencer Smoot here. Just gonna do a a reaction to the second half of the Dock of the Bay. Um, yeah, I'm just getting into it. First half should be up by now if you're watching this and you want to look at the docking stuff, which is super cool. I just like the way that it's just really good at UI design. Um, is that it? I think that was it. Okay. I forgot where it was. So I'm just gonna get started. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the UI. UI was super cool for the docking stuff, ship to ship docking. This stuff, I'm not sure what's next actually. So let's see.
But up next, what do space plants, explosives, tapioca dumplings, and government fines all have in common? Well, would you believe they're all a part of this week's sprint report? They are.
No,
Let's get to it.
certain part.
To start things off this week, let's jump into the terrestrial depths of caves as members of the Planet Content team continue to explore new and varied caverns and entrances
Cool.
suited to ground vehicles and spacecraft alike. What you're seeing here are early designer experimentations, used like concepts are for anything else. Now, these traversable concepts are made using incredibly rough debug art and are presented to directors in this rough early state so that everyone involved can determine which direction is best to take further visual development in.
That's cool.
The focus of this sprint was to explore new traversal options for ground vehicles like the Grey Cat Rock.
Yeah.
Now, these new options are necessary because designers want to add a variety of new mission and mining opportunities for players exclusively with dedicated craft way down in the subterranean depths of Stanton's planets and moons.
Yeah, this is super important because like there's ground vehicles, but the only real thing you can do is do the race, right? The drift, the not the oh my gosh, yeah, do the race that the people put on. And like this is cool because they're giving content. They're like making it so you there's actually content for that vehicle, right? Because each vehicle is pretty like I look at Star Citizen. I look at each vehicle is pretty much a class, right? Like there's a certain class. Yeah, there's like generic like okay, it's just a vehicle, but like the 4-wheel drive thing that we just saw, but it's still kind of like has a purpose, right? And has a class to it that like you can have one of your peeps can have like that, and then you can have the ship to transport it, vice versa, all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's how I kind of look at the vehicles, but it's super cool.
They're also exploring creative traversal options for spacecraft, where skilled pilots will need to navigate their ships carefully through the claustrophobic terrain to deliver themselves to some of Star Citizen's most difficult to reach prizes. Now, as you might imagine, it's really important to explore these extreme ideas and determine which ones are suitable to take forward through development in this early debug state seen here. This is so that artists don't end up wasting their time bringing something to a final look that ends up being impossible for players to actually discover.
Yeah.
And we'll check in again on these exciting upcoming additions to Caves in the coming weeks. Now, while those folks are working on Caves, other members of the Planet Content team recently completed a sprint developing some of the new harvestables to be found in the upcoming Pyro system, like this Photia scrub, a plant that actually relies on solar flares that would otherwise char the planet's surface for its reproduction. And the Pangala, a unique plant of its own where nearly every aspect of it follows the golden ratio as it grows, which ends up making it highly sought after by plant collectors wanting to cultivate them.
That's freaking cool.
And with the final concepts approved, the next step is to move into production so that one day these two will find themselves dotting the landscapes of Pyro's planets and moons. For those who remember Calyx's look at the Interaction Zoo last year, the Weapons Content team just completed an art pass on bringing the shaped charge device from Bearing to life, a tool to be used for the breaching of locked doors in both the Persistent Universe and Squadron 42.
You won't see that for a while.
Returning to the world of Logan.
Yeah, you won't see this for a while probably. I mean, I'm guessing, right? because you can't repair the door, right? Like you just have it and what you just explode, and it's like, okay, cool. So once repair comes, probably, I'm not sure. Like I could be completely wrong. Well, actually, no, because they can like have this for missions too. Like you just have to you need this for missions, but it doesn't work on like player ships or anything of that sort. Like they can do it that way, so you might see it sooner than later.
Squadron 42.
Oh, Squadron 42 too.
Returning to the world of logos, several new brands were recently introduced for review by directors, including Tip Top, the bite-sized tapioca-wrapped dumplings from Terra Mills; Fish Ringers, the deep-fried fish ring that started life as a popular beach snack in a converted donut shop on the planet Cassell; and Pyrotechnic Amalgamated, the now defunct mining company responsible for the original discovery of the Pyro system and the abandonment of Ruin Station. As for which ones will make their way into the persistent universe, well, we'll all just have to wait and see.
You know what? They're probably gonna actually like monetize that too and sell those. Like I would not be surprised if they're like, yo, let's they get the Tip Top and then they just sell these snacks, like, or sell these dumplings, right? It'll just be something.
As work on the colonialism style homesteads continues, the props team, hungry to join the fight, has jumped in with a variety of food related items designed to populate one of the principal social areas found within. Now, social areas like this will be essential to making the NPC settlements found throughout the persistent universe feel simultaneously alive and lived in, while also serving as potential mission hubs, drop-off points, and general meeting areas for players. And lest you think food is the only thing on the props team's minds, they also broke out into the world of chairs, tables, lights,
that's cool,
control panels, plants, shelves, and more. But outside of homesteads, the props team took an early sprint looking at ways to revamp some of the kiosks found throughout the Stanton system, with a specific look at these official fine kiosks from the Office of Imperial Justice. Sure, paying your due to the man isn't the most fun thing in the world, but it doesn't mean you can't look better while you do it. And finally, we have a very quick look at one potential layout for the currently unnamed Reputation Manager app for Mobyglass. With the first iteration of Reputation going out recently in 3.12, this early exploration is an exciting next step in the development of this long-awaited feature from the USPU gameplay feature team.
I've talked about this a little bit. I think, the Reputation. Like, okay, so if you look at Star Citizen, right, as a MMO, there's other MMOs like WoW, right? There's experience, and you grow your character that way. In Star Citizen, there's two ways to grow. There's the Reputation way, and then there's the ship way, right? Like, they're gonna make it so that ships are really hard to do, right, or really hard to get, or not hard to get, but just takes enough work to get, right? So. Like buying a mining ship, right? Like you need to make $1 million. No, what's it, two? I forget the price. You need to make $1 million plus, right? And that's part of the because there needs to be progression. There always needs to be progression in games, because if it makes the character wants to come back, right? And that's why in-game stuff, right, is still hard to make, but they do make it. But in WoW wise, you see WoW, they actually make they increase the levels, right? They used to. I haven't looked at WoW in years, so but it's really cool, because it's a Reputation, right? And then there's two systems. There's the Reputation, and then there is the ships. So, and like I say, ships are like classes, right? So you can, I don't know how the Reputation thing is going to go, but you can't really be a drug smuggler if you just have like a fighting ship, right? But you can like go and you can fight and gain reputation in this place versus that place. And super cool. And I really like the UI of this. Like, I mean, it's not going to be final for a while, I don't think, but like it's just cool. It's just cool looking to see where they're at, right? Of like what level, like where are they at with their progress? Because this is thinking like, you know, pretty far out. Like not necessarily that the reputation system's not in, right? Because I know it's in a little bit, but like the like, you know, what does it look like, right? Because it's super important for the player. Like, because the player has to like looking at it. Not has to like looking at it, but it helps to look at it and like it. So,
For Mobyglass, with the first iteration of Reputation going out recently in 3.12, this early exploration is an exciting next step in the development of this long-awaited feature from the USPU gameplay feature team. So what did we learn this week?
Okay, so that's the end of it. Super cool, super cool. You know, the sprint reports. I really like the collectibles and the fungus and the flowers things. Super cool. It just is. I say super cool so many times. I just noticed that. But yeah, it's super cool. The flowers and such, and then I'm trying to also remember the UI for the reputation system just looks good. Like most of the stuff the Star Citizen puts out is like I like the way that they like they look, and like I like to see the process because it's such a like, you know, they're 500 plus people, right? I think, and like seeing the small, like, because it's Star Citizen's about detail, right? And you know, each small little team is in charge of one little thing, and the detail is there, right? And their standards are there. It seems like it doesn't. I don't really see different standards, and it's kind of unique in a way of like each system looks like it looks like it's given the time of day, right? In a way, like it looks like it's trying to, or they make it look like it gets a time of day. So, you know, there's small and big ones, but like it's just all about detail with them. So, well, that's it. So thanks for watching. I will try to upload some more, and just cool. Like I'm gonna really get in. I want to get back into this. I'm gonna try to schedule at least once a week. Just get one in. I'm not gonna stream right now because it's just I need that time to make my own game. Because it's like I need to find money somehow, right? I need to make money. So then, yeah. But anyway, I was gonna go into how, and my game could do that. So, or it could get me a job. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. See you in the verse, and yeah.